In this video, I'm going to be doing a second video on the Obsbot Tail Air, and we're going to be looking at multi-camera setups today. And I'm in the wonderful Crown of Mitre Hotel in the centre of Carlisle, but I'm joined by a very, very special guest, my sister Bev. What's your channel?
It's That Cruise Dance Couple.
Roll titles. Well, hi YouTube, Brian Jims, I'm Micro Four Thirds guy with you once again, and I'm in this wonderful Crown of Mitre Hotel in the middle of Carlisle. Gorgeous Georgian design right in the centre, and I've been given permission to come in by the management in the hotel. If you're in Carlisle, it's a fantastic place to stay, so check out the Crown of Mitre. Thanks to Maggie and her crew for that. However, I'm in for a second bite of the cake with the Obsbot Tail Air. I showed you all the specifications last time. I showed you what I think it can do. But this time I'm going to put it to a practical use. And we've got two cameras. You might see in the back at the far end, another Obsbot Tail Air. I'm using a little remote control, but I've got my iPad for one camera, my mobile phone for the other one, so we can monitor them. But I'm here with Sister Bev because Bev, well, tell us about what your channel's about.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, it's exciting to be here. So our channel is That Cruise and Dance Couple, or That Cruise Dance Couple if you search for it. And it's basically my husband and I exploring our travels together, but we love dancing, ballroom and Latin dancing, and especially sequence dancing. And one of the things we really found that when we started dancing, we were using YouTube to try and find demos of the dancers, and there were some we couldn't find. So we started videoing them, but it's a bit restrictive with a single camera. So when Brian showed this one on his channel a couple of weeks ago, actually, I was like, oh my God, that would be exactly what we need, because we can't get another camera person.
You have a bit of a problem because dance floors are big.
They are,
and you
yeah.
can't follow you can't be your own cameraman and follow through.
No, you can't.
Well, we're here today to try and alleviate that problem because, as we've said before, the Obsbot is fantastic. It gives the opportunity to be able to track moving objects, people, animals, or objects in the frame. It's wonderful what you can do. You can zoom in and out on it. It's really high quality. But we have another problem as well, because it's all very well having a front video audio, isn't it? But this is why we've got the second Obsbot here today, isn't it?
Absolutely. So you've got your follower and your leader, and they're doing different steps a lot of the time. So if you've got the angle where you can see maybe the follower's steps, but the leader's steps are obscured, that causes a problem. It's not a massive problem, it just means you have to then turn everything around and refilm it in the opposite direction. And I'm hoping the Obsbot will, with having two of them, will mean we'll have two bits of footage that we can work, one take, cut down on the amount of time it takes to film, because actually the filming is quite labour intensive to get it, especially the amount of times we get it wrong and have to go back and do it again. So yeah, we'll see how these work.
Now what we're going to do, obviously we don't have Bev's partner markups. Bev's come 250 miles up to see me.
That's how excited I am
today,
about
so
this
it is exciting for that. So soon Bev's came up today about 250 miles, so we've left Mark at home doing all the housework and things. But what we're going to do is I'm going to get Bev to move around some of the steps, and I'm going to set both cameras, the one behind and this one, to record, but also put the auto tracking on. So when we come to doing it, I'll show you a clip of Bev's channel in a few seconds, by the way. But when we do come to doing it, you'll be able to see the front and back. And as Bev walks around the room and turns around the room, you'll be able to see that not only can you actually follow what she's doing, but you'll be able to see from both sides, and it allows you to put a joint edit. Now, there's another thing that I haven't said to you yet, and that's about how you can zoom in on the feet, because I know that you talked to me about the feet. I have a method. You see, the thing is that these Obsbots will record up to 4K 30p. Now, I normally render my videos at 1080, I should say, to go online, because I find that the quality is high enough on that. But of course, if you're recording at 4K and you crop in later and post-edit, and you've also, of course, got the zoom on here as well. So if you crop in and post-edit on that, you can take it in so it's a quarter of the size and still get a 1080p output, which means that you can do the whole video, do it as a full size with you in. But if you want to do some post-edit cropping in on the feet, you're still going to have a really good quality 1080p output if you render it in 1080. So that's what we're going to try on this one a little bit. That'll be in the post-production afterwards. But let's get cracking on this. Let's switch two cameras on. and I'll hand over to you if you would, and you can talk us through what you can do.
Yeah, actually, can I just point out at the minute, I've messed up. I was meant to bring my lav mics. I've got some DJI wireless lav mics, and I forgot to bring them. So we're actually using the inbuilt microphone. So we'll see what it sounds like when we're done. We obviously can't hear it at the moment, but we'll see how good it is.
And it is quite a live room. It's quite an echoey and big open room that we're in. So it's not the best conditions. So if the Obsbot does a good recording on that, I'll be really hyper impressed. I'm really impressed the fact that it's got a good quality mic in the first place. The other thing, before we do start, we're using the inbuilt SD cards. So everything has been done here straight to the phone. We don't need Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi in here, but it's not our system. So we're doing everything straight to the phone or the iPad, and there's nothing which you can't do standalone. We could be in the middle of the Antarctic, so long as they could take the temperatures, we could still be recording this video.
If I fancy dancing
I don't fancy.
It'd be a bit chilly.
Too cool. Should we go to Cyprus?
Even colder than Carlisle.
Should we go to Cyprus instead?
Sounds good.
I like that. We'll join in a couple of seconds and I'll hand over to Bev.
Okay guys, this is one we learned quite recently. It's called the Tina Tango. I always want to call it the Tina Turner, but it's the Tina Tango. Okay. So it's 3 steps back with a tap. Ready. Slow, slow, quick, quick tap. Step, turn, cross behind, step, side together. Repeat. Slow, slow, quick, quick tap. Step, side, lock, step, side together.
So one of the benefits and also a challenge, I guess, of recording sequence dances, the way sequence dance works, it's generally danced in a line or in a circle, I guess, around the outside of the ballroom in an anti-clockwise direction. So when you're trying to give a demonstration of it, you're travelling, you're covering quite a bit of space, but it's all in a line. So in some ways it's beneficial because you're in one line, you're only going sort of two-dimensional, you're not going backwards and forwards as well. But it does mean you need to be, have quite a broad area to cover. So the challenge when you're doing it on your own is not going out of frame. So I'm if I was doing this, if I was videoing this demonstration where we normally video it with a single camera, I'd probably be wanting to start somewhere around here and working that way down the room. So I can see the Obsbot has followed me. Hopefully this will work. But one of the things I want to be able to see, Brian, more than anything is, can it keep up if we're moving quite quickly? So I thought I'm not going to dance it because I'm on my own, but I thought what I might try and do is move at about the pace that we would move if we were dancing. Would that be okay?
Yeah, well, I'm just out of shot at the moment, so hopefully you can hear me, but it should follow you, but there are 3 different tracking speeds as well. We're on the medium tracking speed at the moment, so it could change to become more jerky on the fast one. But basically, we should have a nice smooth follow on this. The other thing, Ben, if you just want to turn around and face the other camera, that's been looking at your back, we can splice these together. And what I might do in post-production is a picture-in-picture as well.
That'd be great.
So we'll try that one. So as you're dancing, as you're walking around, occasionally you'll see Bev turn away, and hopefully if the sound disappears from the camera that we started on, the other camera sound should be able to pick it up too. So back to you, Bev.
Okay, so what I normally would do would be talking my way through the actual demonstration. I would just point out here, I'm not a professional dance teacher, we're sharing what we're learning as we learn it. So don't judge me on my dancing. But say when we're doing something like a quick step, which is pretty quick, I'm going to dance it from here to there and see how we get on. Is that all right, Brian?
That's good. It's only fun with one person.
So it would be something like, and we start probably here, and at about this pace. So I don't know how well that's tracked, but it seems to be still on me. So it would be interesting to see how that works.
It looks pretty good. Go back to the other side and do the same sort of thing. That's pretty well. So the rear camera is picking you up nicely. It's followed you the whole way around and didn't lose frame at all.
Okay, so we're checking this one.
Let's have a look at the iPad because there's only one device per camera. So I've got the iPad in my hand. Fire away there. Let's go to the other side.
Okay, ready. So I would be dancing. Normally with a partner. So actually that's a very linear dance. And I did say most of them don't come forwards and backwards. But what if I did something where we do come sort of into and out of the
Well, let's give it a
circuit.
go. Let's give it a go.
So some dancers, we maybe be moving forward, and then we may come in, we may go out, we might go out the other way, and back in, and then we move forward. So I don't know how it's going to cope. I can see it, I can understand how it would cope down the way, but whether it will catch us.
Well, as you'll have seen on the video there, of course you're watching the video as it's being cropped in. I'm seeing the uncropped version. So you'll have noticed there that the bottom of Bev's feet disappeared as she came close in, which you would understand because it doesn't alter the zoom as you come in. But it does track. So the majority of the dance was there. We lost you to about a shin level, I would say,
Okay.
as you were close in. But where you are at the moment, we've got a couple of feet of floor in front of you. And if you move back towards the rear Obsbot, in fact, let's do it the opposite way around. Let's go to the rear Obsbot if you face that one and do your piece to camera there. I'll come round.
Okay, so what, literally just doing the travel here?
Do the travel there, go back to the centre line and you would have started.
Okay, so yeah, we might come forward, we might take a couple of steps this way, back the way, we might go the other way as well, so we'll see what's coming out on this one before we travel forward. So whether we lose feet again or not, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm on the video at the moment, hiding in corners trying to keep out the shot because wherever I go in the room, I seem to be in shot.
Yeah.
So that's one good thing with the Obsbot cameras. We haven't seen this footage, by the way. When we're talking this, we set this up, we haven't seen this footage, so hopefully it's all going to be coming out. But I've got such confidence in these little Obsbot cameras that I think this is going to be a very, very easy, well, it was an easy setup. It didn't take us too long to set up at all. And for what Bev's wanted to use it for with her dancing, you don't want to be spending hours doing the setup, really, do you?
I tell you the big thing for me, I know you've got the remote, and I think the remote's really going to be useful for being able to control things.
Let's go back and talk about that camera, because as much as you can set the camera up, in fact, I've actually set presets up on this. So hopefully, if I press the preset, and we're around about here, it should zoom. Yeah, I think it zoomed in on us. Yeah, go on, you were talking.
So whilst the remote I think would be handy just to have in a pocket to kind of control things, having the iPad, I don't know if you can turn that so people can see sort of what we're seeing. You have a director's view which has lots of the different frames and the presets, and by just having the iPad out of shot I can actually see exactly what we're filming as we're filming it, because you do feel a little bit blind when you're trusting that the camera's doing what you want it to do. But with the iPad, I'm guessing it would work with a Mac.
It works with iPhone, iPads, and Android phones or pads. I don't think it works with a Mac as such. Oh yes, it does actually, because you have the Obsbot Start for both PC and Mac, which is also the software which allows you to use it as a webcam. Because again, we haven't even discussed it. We'll come back to that in a second. But that software works on your laptop or your home PC. I didn't discuss this because one of the things I did say that this is totally self-contained. Because you've got the NDI for the network device interface, which can work over Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Because you've got the UVC, the Universal Video Control on that. This allows it to be used for a live stream from various devices. So if you wanted to do a class like this and actually do a live lesson, you could do that. It would track you. You could do it. And the idea for me is you set it and forget. You just do your dance, which is...
I can absolutely say this. We follow a few people. Can I mention them?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Passion for Dance is a YouTube channel that we follow and we absolutely love it. And they do regular live streams, but they don't, unless they've got a cameraman there, quite often sometimes they don't. So the instructor is having to go backwards and forwards, checking the camera, checking the sound, and he's off camera a lot of the time. Whereas because he's live streaming the dance class, we're nowhere near professional, they are, but to be able to have that linked up to his live streams and be able to track him, I just think would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Brilliant use case.
And I think for that, the important thing for me, because I also do a certain amount of tuition on various subjects. I teach leadership and teamwork and skills and things to teenagers. And for the idea to do a live stream for me, but not have to worry about the technology, set the technology up, press the record button at the beginning, or however many cameras you've got. If I've got a couple of cameras, so I've got cameras pointing out to my to something I'm doing a demonstration of. That may be in a different part of the room. So a couple of cameras and being able to control both the cameras easily is really good. Obviously, you've got the 3 presets per camera, which you can select up to 3 cameras. That's 9 presets, shots that you've got on the 3 cameras from the remote. That gives me the ability to actually do the subject and try to teach without worrying about the tech. So for me, I mean, if I was, well, we have just set this up, but this is how we've done it. We set a camera up at either end. We've got them both recording. We've set the motion detector on both. And now, we just left them running. We haven't done anything with the cameras apart from that. I've been looking just at what's forward, and apart from just trying to get it back on when I pressed the wrong button, as usual. But with that, we haven't done anything. You've been allowed to concentrate on what you were trying to do.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, the idea of just not, to set and leave, and actually, you know, we're not professional dancers. We are very, very enthusiastic students. So actually, just remembering the dances as we're demonstrating them, we're sharing them as we learn them. So having enough mental capacity just in the dance, not having to think about the filming, is absolutely spot on.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. This has been really fun for me. I've enjoyed it because we don't get together very often. We talk on the phone, we talk on Zoom, but we rarely
talk
get
on
together.
YouTube.
We talk on YouTube a lot, yes. But yeah, it's really good to get together with Bev. It's been an exciting thing to do today. Now I'm going to pop the 2 cards out to get them into my PC and do some editing. But before that, I'm going to try a few things. I'm going to finish the video here, but if you see a little bit of a tail end on it, the description, keep your eyes open because there might be some after we're finished. I'm going to
Not the outtakes.
Not the outtakes. Now I'm going to try playing with something which I think might work, but I don't want to put it on the video yet. So keep watching. If we go straight to the titles, then you know it hasn't worked. Yeah. But listen, Dave, it's been absolutely fabulous to see you up here again. It's nice to be able to do a video on my channel with the 2 of us.
I know, yeah.
And last time we did this was about 3 years ago when we were doing the tuition ones.
Teaching me how to use a camera.
Yeah, you've come a long way on your channel and your camera skills since then. It's really good. If you have any comments that you'd like to make, don't forget to stick them into the comments below. And once again, these wonderful people who will be in the middle here between us, these are my Patreon patrons. And they're the people who keep this channel going. Thanks, guys, because I really appreciate it. But also, if you'd like to give a one-off donation to keep the channel going, buy me a coffee. You can either hit my PayPal in the link below, or there's a super thanks. So whichever one, I appreciate it. But anyway, till the next time, unless there's more video to come, till the next time, this is Brian James and
Bev, very good.
From
That Cruise Dance
Couple. Got to get it in. Don't forget to check our channel out. It's absolutely great, and it's fun. And yeah, that's the whole thing. See you next time. Keep enjoying your photography and keep on having fun with your photos. Bye-bye.